Whoa! Hey, this is Coach Bill, 3.5, and today we are going to be taking a look at this pack right here. This pack weighs 14.2 pounds, which is a little different than what I typically do. Usually I'm like somewhere like around 9 pounds, a little more or less. I like to go ultralight, but I wanted to do things a little different this time. I always do this ultralight and wanted to slow things down and actually maybe enjoy camp a little bit longer and just do some things that I typically don't do on my long backpacking trips. So I went ahead and packed a completely different pack, like this one right here, and completely different gear, and we're testing it out. And this is a different style of video. This video actually like showing the video of everything that I do, and then at the very end of this video I share and talk about each equipment inside this and kind of give you like would I take this again, some pros and cons, and if I recommend maybe not using it. But hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to skip to the very end and just check out the gear that's inside, go for it. But I appreciate everyone that supports this channel, this style of videoing. So everyone who's out there, and there's a couple of you that leave comments all the time, and truly, like, I'm really thankful for it. So I appreciate it, okay? I appreciate it. And once again, this is
Coach Bill 3.5, and hit the subscribe button. Yeah, buddy. Let's get into the video!
Hey, this is Coach Bill 3.5, and we're doing another backpacking trip. But this time, I'm actually going to bring some different kind of gear, not my typical ultralight gear. We're gonna have a little bit more fun. We're gonna build a fire, and yeah, we're actually gonna go ahead and cook on the fire. I typically don't do this when I'm out there backpacking because I'm pushing miles, but on trips like this, like where I'm just hanging out with my friends, and I just want to relax, so I'm bringing a whole different kind of setup that I typically do for backpacking. For example, we're cooking hot dogs. I don't typically cook hot dogs. I don't typically make a fire. I'm making a fire. And we're telling stories. And we're just hanging out and enjoying the evening. But yeah, this is just kind of like a short little hike. We only did about like 3 miles today. And I'm just testing out a bunch of new gear using the saw, which I don't ever bring. This actually isn't my saw, and I'll go ahead and link it in the description because I really do like it. That was Young's. This right here is just my bear line that I always use. Quick little system. I use some Zingant line, and I just found a tree to tie it up, and you know, we are cooking, so you do want to hang your food. But yeah. Before we go to bed, what you want to do is put out the fire. So get some water. I also got some water for in the morning as well. But you know, just dump it on your fire and then relax. I think we went to bed maybe like, geez, I want to say like maybe 10 or 11 o'clock, which is pretty early. But I'm really enjoying this nice little tent. Josmic and I, we went ahead and tried to watch a movie. She fell asleep within like 2 minutes of me putting it on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's going to be kind of a different style of video that I'm filming today. Hey, good morning, everybody. Out here in the woods, just enjoying a nice little campfire. Boiling some water at the current moment, but what a day. I haven't really used this stove in so long. I'm actually missing it. So we're just kind of not really hiking a whole lot today. Today's Sunday. So sometimes I like to bring some luxury items, and I'm so happy that I did. So this is the wood burner stove, and I'm almost at a boil. I'm actually almost at a, yeah. And just to get it going, I'm gonna blow under here. Actually, let me put some more twigs in here. So I'm just putting stuff into the little side. Probably can't see it that well from that angle. And I'm just sliding in twigs in here. And then I'll give it a nice little blow once I got this thing filled. Yep, you can actually hear it start to boil right away. Usually I don't take out the wood burning stove. No, usually because it's like messy and stuff. But I'm not in a rush today, so kind of just enjoying the moment. And the moment's been beautiful. I gotta, like, seriously, I need to do this more often. Oh yeah, we got a boil already. You can actually see it. So when I grab this, I gotta make sure that my fingers don't burn right here, because the flame does come out from the sides. It is kind of hot. Trying to think. Maybe I just grab it with some, you know what? Grab it with some bark. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's a plenty boil. Alright. Now I'll just make some coffee, and then I can have a second cup of joe. Yeah, buddy. Alright, so we got all the soot. Apparently, this thing will help clean off all the soot. This is one of the reasons why I don't take a wood-burning stove, but I got time today, so let's test this thing out. Okay, right there, it's supposed to say Tokes 55. Let's see if we can. Oh yeah, you can see that pretty good. Get it wet again. Oh my gosh, actually working pretty good. Maybe these numbers over here. We'll wet it down. Wow. Whoa. Alright, I think I figured out how to use this thing. Well, I'm pretty impressed by that. You can actually read the numbers. I haven't been able to read the numbers in a long time on this cup. It's one of my old ones. It has bent in it, so I don't use it anymore. So that's why I use it on the flame. But yeah, came out pretty good. I'm definitely impressed. So I'll definitely have to link the description of this thing at the bottom. Alright, second thing that we're going to try to wash is this thing. This is what we cooked our eggs on. So there's this spot that has been here for for a long time, and then this is the typical burn. So, well, go ahead and start scrubbing this thing. So I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I just rinsed it off, and look how good that looks. That's really nice. And yeah, like if I squeeze this, like you can still see some ash coming out of it, but this thing came out amazing. I haven't been able to get it was like egg back in the day. You got burnt on there, toasted, and yeah, it's pretty much gone. It's super smooth now. This is all clean after using a wood burning stove, and this I haven't been able to see what cup this was in a long time. And then all this, I'm sure if I kept on scrubbing at it, I could get the rest of this black off, but it's not sticky, so I'm okay with it. So this is the shelter I've been using last night, and I love it. So I love it so much, I just want to talk a little bit about it because there's some really cool features on this. And the reason why I'm actually liking this, and now this kind of weighs a little bit heavier than my typical tents that I use. I'm usually like an ultralight guru, but I did a short hike and I wanted something a little bit more comfortable. So this is the shelter I've been rocking, and I'm actually really impressed. Like last night I slept so good. So first off, check out this. I have a pretty good zipper to get all the way in, and you can start down here, or you can, like, it doesn't matter where you have it, but I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna show you how much space I actually have in here. So right now you can kind of see, like, I have plenty of room above my head. I'm gonna roll up this little side right here, and I'm liking this feature right here. And it's nice to like keep your pack out here, like on, like if it's say like a very rainy day. And what you would do is you would take your door, you would close it. Just go ahead and close it. Put it around your tent stake. Go ahead and cinch it. And then you can kind of like, I don't know if you can see the ground piece, but you can pinch it up, and that's going to act very nice because it's going to give you a like bathtub with inside your tent. So if the water was coming from the side, this is going to add another protection so your stuff, so your bag or whatever you have out here doesn't get dirty. And this feels really nice. Now I could close both doors, but what's the point of doing that if I'm trying to demonstrate stuff? But let's go ahead and take a look inside this. All right, let's go in. And first off, look at this. This is nice, okay? And this was that bathtub I was talking about for your gear, like for your pack. And I really like it. And this is that long zipper, or like, oh, that's right, I got to tie it off over here. But we'll just go right in. Look how spacious this is. You have a nice little spot for some airflow, and this is a great feature. So this, you got the rain fly out here, and you have almost about 2 inches along. So if it is raining, water isn't touching your tent and dripping in. On this side, they use the extra little fabric right here and made it into a nice little pouch, which I'm really liking. I don't usually have a pouch on my minimalist tents. They have nothing. They have nothing. So to be able to have all these features, I'm really liking. And when I lay down at night, there's a hook. There's a hook up here. So I can turn on my selfie light and actually use it at nighttime. And there's so much space. Well, let me take off my sneakers because this is a nice tent. I really am like impressed by this tent. And it's like one of those budget tents too. And it weighs, I want to say like maybe like 2 pounds. I'll have to put the link in the descriptions down at the very bottom of the video. But oh my gosh. And you notice I got a nice pillow. Again, a budget pillow. And I got plenty of like loft. This is, I really, like, no lie, I feel like I'm actually at home, like relaxing. Like my head is up perfectly. And it's all because I have my pack back here. And I got this thing strapped down so it's not moving all over the place. So great, like the pillow's working great. I got my lamp over here. I got plenty of foot space over here. Like usually my ultralight tents, I'm going like this and I'm hitting the wall. This right here, I'm not hitting anything. It really didn't take long for me to set it up. So I took the two tie outs, put them together, and just brought them down to one. I don't see the need of pulling each side out. One thing that I do wish that it had, so if it was raining, like it would be nice if there was a tie out right here. And that was the only thing that I was thinking like it was missing on this tent. So I'm gonna pack up everything, and I just want to display on how easy it is to pack up. I'll put in a nice little time lapse, and we'll also inflate the inflatable air mattress, which is pretty simple. All right, so this is all the equipment that I packed, and we used that pack over there. And this all weighs about, let's see, like 14.2 pounds, which is not ultralight, but it's still, trust me, it's still really light. I would have been happy about using this equipment like 7 years ago, before I got into like the ultralight. But we're gonna work our way down. So we're gonna start over here and then work our way to some of these goodies over here. So the pack that I was using, and this pack is old. This pack is probably let's see, 2017. So, oh geez, almost like 8 years old. So if you look at it, the waterproof is actually, like, the material is actually like rotting off. It's so old. But the pack itself still works just as I anticipated. Very good. And I like this pack. The Exos model is one of my favorite models. It's like roughly over 2 pounds, and they're like in the $200 range. This was the first like ultralight pack. Well, I guess light. Yeah, it's just a light. It's a good heavy duty pack if you're trying to go towards the ultralight. I wasn't quite there yet. I didn't have like a good tent system. I was actually using a hammock at the time. But this has a nice little breathable back, which I like. And I kind of miss this on my other ultralight option backpacks that are kind of frameless. So I do miss this right here. This is like, I really miss having this part. And I notice, because I haven't used this packing for like a long time, it actually wears the weight more on your hips versus my like Zpacks packs. On the Zpacks packs, I'm feeling everything in the shoulders. And then I do have like a hip belt that will go ahead and take off some weight. But when I wear this pack, I feel it all in my hips, which is, it was really weird. I was actually using different muscles than I normally don't use. So I do like this pack. I could give like a whole like review on it, which I have before. I like it. It has a whistle, it has something to carry your trekking poles, it has different pockets, little pockets on the side, easy access for your water bottles. It has a brain. It has pockets in the brain. It has spots to like actually clip on your keys, right in spot to clip on your keys, which is really nice. I do miss that little feature, but it's a great pack. I just don't use it anymore. But now we're moving into the tent system. Now this tent system, it was very comfortable. It was very comfortable. I liked it. This is the geez, I always like say this name wrong. A Tipa, and I do like this tent, but it weighs too much for my taste. It was nice actually using this tent versus my ultralight tents. I actually felt like I had a tent, something that was more stable. I had a lot more foot space and head space, but I just felt like it was a little bit too much. I know that this company sent this out to me, and you probably expect like something like positive for me to say about it. It's like a decent price, and the weight is about like 3 to 4 pounds. So it's a little heavy on my side, but it is priceable. The one thing that I didn't like about it was there's a spot where, like, if you watch the video, there was a spot where they missed out a pull out. If it rained, all that rain would have came onto the tent itself, and it would have got wet. So that was my biggest flaw about it. But let me be completely honest. I will be using this a little bit more often because Cosmic, she actually likes this tent and feels more roomy inside of it. Like you actually feel like it's like you got this covered. You're in this like little bubble that's protected. So on that note, she does like it a lot better than our ultralight and like duplex that we use. So she does like this. So we will be using this a little bit more, but I am definitely not taking this on a long backpacking trip. It weighs too much for me, and it actually takes a lot longer than my other tents. You know, those ultralight tents take about 4 minutes, 2 to 4 minutes to set up. Even though this is and it really is an easy system to set up because you have one pole system, put it all together, and then you just clip on everything, kind of like the old school styles. So we will be using this, but I won't be taking this on a long hike. And, you know, I'm just trying to be honest with everyone. And I always pack some gloves. They didn't really display much in the video because it was warm outside. But I always take gloves because on some of those nights it can be very cold. Zpacks rain jacket, didn't use it, but if I needed to, it was there. Same thing with the rain pants or wind pants. Elaine Equipment rain pants weigh about 2 ounces. Nice. Again, didn't have to use them. I did use some sleep pants. These are some like off-brand sleep pants. It's something that I bought when I was like getting into backpacking. And the reason why I do like these is because 10% of it is wool, and then the other 90% is polyester, which polyester maintains a lot of warmth, and wool actually adds even more warmth. So I do like these. They're breathable, so I like the breathability of them. But again, they're a little bit heavier than my Zpacks. So, but they were fun, cheap, probably about $20–30. The pillow. I will only take this on weekend trips. This doesn't go along with me on long trips. It weighs about 5 ounces, which is kind of a lot for a pillow, but it is so comfortable. Like, it actually feels like a real pillow. I mean, backpacking pillow. It's about 4 inches in thick. It has a nice little cloth to it. You blow it up. Pretty simple to inflate, deflate. This strap right here is pretty handy. I do like it. You put it around your sleeping pad and it makes it so it doesn't move. But the reason why I like this one is because of how thick it is. It's, again, like 4 inches. And when I'm sleeping, my head tends to fall down. So having something super thick allows my head to stay at something that I'm more comfortable with, something that I'm more used to, like sleeping at home. So I do like this. And this is a budget pillow that I bought years ago, and I still use it a lot. I think it was like 20 bucks. This is the sleeping bag that they brought to me. They sent to me, and it's a mummy bag. So if you watch the channel, I'm usually using quilts. I switched to quilts back when I was just getting into this right here. So first I bought the pack, and then I started getting into the quilts and try to bring down my base weight. And that's the way you should do it. Like, don't get like an ultralight backpack that can only hold 20 pounds and then try to convert all your stuff over. Like, you're gonna notice that life is gonna suck for a long time. So work on, you know, like upgrading your sleeping bag, upgrading your utensils and cook sets, your pad, and then eventually work your way to the backpack. I do miss sleeping in a sleeping bag. It's just a different feeling of like when I'm rolling around, like when I'm sleeping. I don't have to like reach around and make sure that the quilt isn't on correctly or falling off. So it was kind of nice, but too heavy for me. Too heavy for me. I don't even know what the weight is on this. I love my quilts. I won't take that. I probably won't take that for a very long time. Yeah, so that's, to me, this is no. This is definitely a no for a lot of my trips. This was an amazing sleeping pad. I know that this company sent this to me, but out of all 3 pieces that they sent to me, this air pad is by far one of the best air pads that I have. And I have a ton of air pads. Let me just show you real fast. So I got all these air pads in here. Then I also got some foam stuff over there. Okay, so I have a lot of pads, and this pad, I like it because it's so thick. It's almost like 4 inches. It advertises that it's only 3.5, but it's a lie. It's more like 4 inches thick, and I slept so good on it. And it has a very high R value of 5.9. I was warm. It does require a lot of air. So if you do use this, make sure you get an air pump, because even with the air pump, it took about 4 minutes. And I use this air pump right here. The, what is it, 1.2 flex tail. And this thing pumps up stuff very fast. And it took about 4 minutes to pump this up. So definitely don't blow it up. I don't recommend it, but it's a great sleeping pad. I do love it, and I do take it out on a lot of my weekend trips. I won't take it on my longer trips because those other air pads that I have are much lighter. But if you want to compare this with the X-Therm like super wide version, this is only let's see, I think like $89.99, and the other X-Therm is like $269. So this, to me, if I had to pick out a pad between those two, you know, obviously I'd pick this one. It's a little bit cheaper. It weighs 1 ounce more too. It's 24.5 ounces. The other one, the X-Therm, was like 23 ounces. These right here go on all my backpacking trips. I really like these. Yeah, it's like a luxury item. I don't need them, but I do love them when I do have them. It's a good way, like when you're taking a break, when you're getting some water, or if you're at camp, or say like in the middle of the night, you need to use the bathroom, which I always have to do at least once or twice a night. Slipping these things on and just walk around, use the bathroom. And these weigh 1 ounce each, so just shy of like 2 ounces. So I like these. Zpacks made a great product. My foot's never fallen out. It has this nice little ankle support back here. One thing that they could do a little bit better is make this a little bit thicker. I don't know if you can notice this little spot right here. It happened back in during like Thanksgiving. I stepped on a root or a piece of tree, and it kind of like almost went through. You can see the mark right there. But I do like these. They're meant for camp shoes. Definitely don't go ahead and start walking around with these. You will slip, you will sprain an ankle. You will slip because of the grip and your foot moves around. But great camp shoes, and they're so light. I think these are about like 30 bucks. I decided to go back to my Smart Wool little ear thing, and the reason why I took this over my hat, because it's not because this is warmer, it's because I could slide this over my eyes and sleep at nighttime. So I use this, but mainly this for sleeping. Some darn wool tough socks right here. I think they weigh about, geez, like 3 ounces. I pack these on all my trips right here. I wear a pair, and then I also keep a dry pair for bedtime. Now we're shifting our stuff over to here, and this is, to be honest, the stuff that really shined out to me. So that stuff over there, that was cool and all, but this stuff over here is what I really enjoyed. So let's just get this out of the way. Didn't have to use a Big Sky International cooking pouch, but it does come with me on most of my trips, so I pack it. Not to mention, it typically holds all this gear. So all this gear actually fits right in here. It's kind of like how I organize everything inside my food bag over here. I use a Zingit Bear line. More people, I don't know why you're not using this Zingit line. Paracord always gets caught up on trees, like on the little notches. I've never got my Zingit line caught. I know you can go to a couple websites and get it for like a decent price. I had to go on Amazon, buy it for like $33, but you get like 150 feet. So you get plenty, so I can go ahead and cut it and maybe use, like I still have a bunch left. I have a CD Summit spoon, and I'm trying to think. I did use it for making eggs. Yeah, it's light. It comes in a pack of 3, like, so it comes with a fork and a knife and a spoon, and I just use the spoon. I think you can go to REI and get this for like almost $7. Zpacks toothbrush, mini little toothpaste. Yep, if your toothpaste runs out, just fill back up with another. So it's not a big waste because it's just so small. Like, you can just refill that up, and that's typically what I do. Small little pink lighter. On my bear line, I have a nice hook, which is a carabiner, and you just tighten everything up right here, so you don't have to tie your knots. I don't like tying knots out there. I should probably get better at tying them, but it's just something that I don't like doing, especially if it rains and then it freezes. So that's why I've always been a big advocate about not tying knots out there backpacking, just because of the rain and then it freezes. First aid kit. You know, I keep my day quill, night quill, some stuff for your teeth, because I usually have like beef jerky or chicken, and some chapstick. Oh, right here, some Claritin D. It's the allergy season, and it's just really bad down in Georgia, so the pollen count is like through the roof right now. This is my fire starter. It's just cotton balls and Vaseline. You can make this at home, and I'm actually getting kind of low on them, so I'll go ahead and add maybe about 5 more. So maybe I'll make a video on how to make this stuff. Burn time on this is about 3 minutes too, so I do like it. It's something that I've been using for a lot of years, and if you do get caught, say you cut your hand open, just take some Vaseline, cover up that, so like it acts like a clog. So it's something that I've been using. I like it. Over here, this is my electronics selfie light. Weighs like actually I think it weighs like 1.2 ounces. And you put your cell phone on there, and then you can get shots like at nighttime. During this trip, I actually just used it as a light and just hung it up. And again, it weighs just over 1 ounce, and it's cheap. It's like $7. I use a Nightcore battery, 10K megahertz. It's the lightest one on the market. They're expensive. No one likes paying the $60 for them, but you know, it's the latest one, so I had to get it. You know, like when you start buying like the $20 ones, and then you're just constantly upgrading yourself. I didn't buy all this stuff all at once. This is like within 10 years of me investing in something that I enjoy. We went over the flex tail for a little bit. This is an air pump. It works very well. Comes with different adapters. Weighs just over an ounce, and I like it. It's pretty effective. The night core headlamp, and the one feature I don't like about this, it doesn't have a C cable, so I have to bring in an adapter. So that's my biggest pet peeve about this. And this hasn't happened in all like my videos, but sometimes when I turn this on super bright, like the next time I go to turn it back on, like the low mode, it's been shut off. So I don't know if it like overheats or something. And it has like the red light too. So I like it. It weighs about an ounce. If you go ahead and make your own little headband, it will save you like another ounce or a couple more grams. This was that adapter that I was talking about that I have to bring just because of this. So everything else that I bring is a C, but for the night core headlamp, I have to bring the adapter. And it's not like it weighs a whole bunch, but I'm always afraid, like, what if I lose this? And it's nice because it does have like a little piece that tightens up on here. It's just what instead of bringing 2 cords, that's what I bring. And a tripod. This is the one that I like. I also use my trekking pole. But this is fine. This is a Joby. And you can put this around trees and stuff and get those nice little shots. I didn't really do any like really cool shots. I mainly used my trekking pole on most of the shooting that I use in this video. But I do like this because when I'm going on those long hikes, I need my trekking pole to actually set up my tent. Then I'll set this thing up and videotape me setting up the tent with something smaller. I actually have a smaller version of this. It's just, it doesn't work as well. And this is pretty adjustable where I can go ahead and put it around a trekking pole or something. So I keep on bringing this because of the legs. So that is kind of like my filming stuff that I use and the electronics. Trowel. I like this model. Do spades. Weighs 0.45. Mine weighs a little bit lighter because I've been using it so much. I like it. It didn't really shine in this video. Mainly because I didn't have to really use it a whole lot. Usually, sometimes, like when it shines is when I stick it into a mountain or into a stream, I can get some water to run off. So it acts as a little spigot too. So something I do like about this model. Paired up with my Sawyer, and I use the gravity system. I'll go ahead and put the dirty water bag on top, and then my smart water bottle right here on this part right here, and then within like 2 to 5 minutes I have my water already filtered without me really doing anything. So very simple to use, and all you have to do is just get this little $3 piece right here. I think it's like the Sawyer coupler. Ever new water bag. Yep, you just put dirty water in it, and that's how I filter my water. Okay, now this is the stuff that I really enjoyed using. So we'll go with this. So this was the cooking pot that I used. This is the Toaks 550 milliliter. And if you notice, it's actually pretty clean. I was using a wood burning stove, which is this right here. I pack it up all in here. This is the Fire Ant. It weighs just under 3 ounces, and that's with the little case for it. Mine weighs a little bit more because I have so much like soot on it, but I really enjoyed using this. I wouldn't ever take it on a through hike or any of my long hikes, but it was fun to use. And one of the reasons why I hate to bring this is because of all the black soot. And you can still see there's still like a little bit on here, like on the corners. I did take it back home and went ahead and cleaned it even more with this. I had a company send this out to me, and I thought it was a gimmick. So, and they probably don't even watch my videos. So if they do watch this, you know, shout out to UL Scrubbers. This is an ultralight scrub company, and you just put water on your thing and you just kind of rub it, and it came out so clean. This was covered in black soot all over, so I was really impressed. This is only 15 bucks. If I known that this was 15 bucks years ago, I would have went ahead and bought it. It's made out of I think steel, maybe. Like, it feels like that same material that you can get the bear bags out of, like hard stuff. Half an ounce, $15. I'm definitely impressed. So shout out to this company. I'll leave the description link down below if you want to go ahead and purchase it. And if you do purchase it, anything helps the channel. Maybe I'll get like 50 cents on this purchase right here. So, but big shout out to this company, because this actually did work. I thought it was a gimmick. I wasn't really like, yeah, this is going to work. I'm just going to have this coffee mug all nasty. So, amazing. And very impressed how well it cleans. This is my old mug right here. This is not my good one. My good one I don't use anymore. I mean, I don't use it during the wood burning stove because of the black soot. But yeah, this one's bent. So I would get my hot coffee, then I'd put it in this. And I really like this. I actually like it so much, I actually take it to work with me. And I'll put like my coffee in here, and it seals up very well. Another thing I really liked about it is it has a nice little like measuring side, which, you know, a lot of them don't. And then if you keep it in this koozie, it stays warm. But what's really impressive, and something I might want to try later, because I am thinking about going this ultralight version. I've been watching this one YouTuber, and his material is so amazing, and is actually inspiring. He went down to like 4.5 pounds, and that is ultralight. That's 10 pounds less than everything that I have out here, which is crazy. And he cold soaks. And this, believe it or not, actually will seal. Like, as long as you close it, and then you'll seal it like this right here. Water, like, you can put this upside down and it's not going to leak. And I tested it a couple times, but you don't want to have it open just a little bit. What is that? Oh, the camera's picking that up pretty good. But you don't want to have any like air gaps, because then water will come through. So like, even when I close it, I have to open this up to close it. And it works very good. I like this. It's, what is this company? GSI Outdoors. It's like $15, $13. I'm not sure what the weight is, like maybe 3 ounces. But I like it. So I do take this with me a lot, but only on weekend trips. But I might take it when I start doing like this ultralight. But I probably will just take it in just a bottle and not use this part. All right, and I use this. This would carry my eggs and mixed reviews. The reason why, because it broke some of my eggs. Not on this trip, but on a trip that I just took over the weekend. I did some live shooting, so not like a weekend video trip. Just more like, I'm out here live, and this is what I'm doing. And yeah, we had 2 broken eggs. So I don't know if the eggs were just too big. I don't know if I was hiking too much and it was rattling too much. Maybe I should put like a paper towel in between. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I ended up with 2 broken eggs. So not a fan of that. This right here is the Zpacks bear bag. Right behind it, they carried everything. And here is the pan that I use. This is, I think, Tokes. I forget the name of this. Again, this was covered in black soot, like all over. And when I took this out this past weekend, someone chimed in on the group chat saying like, coach, you know, you should just take some sand and try to rub it. And sure enough, I did take some sand, and you can actually see like where it was actually taking off some of the soot. And so I was really impressed by it. It did well. I had like a little thing of oil that I dipped in here and went ahead and put this above the wood burning stove, heated up the pan for a little bit, and cooked some eggs. So I had eggs out there. So there right there is my complete backpacking system that I used over this weekend. I know this was more of the longer videos that I typically do, but I think it's important to go over all these details because I just don't want to like say and like, yeah, this is the weight, this is the price of it, and it's either good or bad. I like to give the reason why I'm using it and the reason why I'm probably wouldn't use it on certain hikes. I think all this information can be helpful for you. And you know, I go backpacking every weekend, so I like testing out different things, and that's what I do. I test out different equipment. Sometimes I'll even go out in the rain, even though, you know, who wants to go backpacking in the rain on their weekend? Well, I like to just test out everything. So if it's raining, if it's, I got a video where actually some hurricanes were passing by, and I looked at Jasmine, I'm like, hey, you want to go backpacking? She's like, do I get to sleep in the hammock? I'm like, yeah, sure. She's like, okay, count me in. She loves that hammock. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching this video. It is a longer video, I know it, but if you like this type of video where I actually show you like what I do out there in the backcountry and actually using the equipment instead of just me giving like a review and just telling you like what works and what doesn't work. I do weekly videos, gear videos, where I choose different gear, different setups. And one of my setups that I'm going to be showing, not this coming week, but hopefully in a couple weeks, I want to go extremely ultralight. I want to try to get down to like 5 pounds and just try to do something completely different. So if you like videos like this, where I'm out here testing gear and talking about gear and just doing like adventure type stuff, and sometimes I make mistakes. Actually, I make a lot of mistakes, but you know, as long as I'm making them and you're not, and you're learning from my mistakes, I think it's a good thing. Again, this is Coach Bill, 305, and
Yeah, buddy. Subscribe! Yeah, like the video? It's a little bit different. I mean, I talked about all the gear and I don't know, it's pretty cool. I mean, I like it. Especially the pad right there. But yeah.